To answer this question, you need to look at these two angles and decide what you know about them. Now, these are two lines that intersect, meaning that these two angles are opposite angles. And what do we know about opposite angles? Well, opposite angles are always equal. So we can now make a statement, which is the write down an equation part of it, and we can say that the x minus 32 angle will equal 126 degrees. Now that gives us a statement that we can then go ahead and solve. So something, when you subtract 32 from it, will give you 126. So you just have to either solve it using your algebraic method or a logical method, but the value for x must be something that is 32 more, than 126. For this question, again, we look at what we know. So we've got two parallel lines. That's what these sets of arrows mean. So we know they're parallel. This is a transversal that cuts across them. So what do we notice about the two angles that have been identified? Well, those two are what we call corresponding angles. And what do we know about corresponding angles? Well, we know that corresponding angles are equal, just like the opposite ones. So we can do the same thing as before. So we can then write the statement that 11x's minus 2 must equal 75. And then it's a process of working out, well, what x should be. So this one's sort of less of a logical, we have to go back through it and say, right, well, what would 11x be if I hadn't subtracted the 2? So that's going to affect my answer. And then whatever that would be, well, if 11x equals that, well, what would 1x be? So you go through the process of solving that equation.